Disease Control just announced that anyone flying into the United States from an Ebola-stricken African nation will now be monitored for 21 days. Also starting today, passengers arriving from Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea must fly into one of 5 airports with enhanced medical screening and holding facilities for people suspected of having that virus. Today, also, the first day on the job for the White House's new Ebola czar, Ron Klain, will report to President Barack Obama this afternoon. And clinical trials of an Ebola vaccine are now underway at the National Institutes of Health.
The Indiana man who police say confessed to killing 7 women refused to talk in court today. One of the victims grew up in St. Paul. When the judge asked Darren Vann if he would swear to tell the truth this morning, he said nothing. The judge said he'd spend the rest of his life in jail unless he cooperates. She rescheduled the hearing for next week. When Vann was arrested over the weekend in the murder of one woman, he told police where they could find 6 bodies in abandoned properties. 28-year-old Tierra Beatty was one of the victims. She went to Highland Park High School. She moved to Gary, Indiana 10 years ago and disappeared in January. We talked to her mom in St. Paul last night.
I want to know why. Why would you hurt her? What reason did you have to hurt her? What have she done to you to hurt her? What have one of the women did for you to hurt them?
Lots of questions for that family. Police are going through more abandoned homes in Gary to see if there are possibly more victims.
In about an hour, there will be a court hearing for one of the 2 people arrested in the disappearance of an Annandale man. 25-year-old Christopher Rossing was last seen in Howard Lake in August. The Wright County Sheriff says this case is now being handled as a death investigation. Investigators have found human remains at a rural Hutchinson farm where Robert Natal and his girlfriend Gwen Butcher live. Natal is the one who will be in court today. Butcher has a court appearance scheduled for tomorrow. Investigators searching a fire pit last week found evidence of human remains, including bone fragments and teeth. They say more human remains were found in a cornfield across the street. Those remains have not been positively identified yet, and investigators are asking anyone with information about the death to contact them.
There's also a court hearing today in Texas in the Adrian Peterson case. This one is about whether to remove the judge in the Vikings case. Peterson is charged with going too far in disciplining his 4-year-old son. Prosecutors want Judge Kelly Case off the case after he called attorneys on both sides, quote, media whores. If Judge Case stays, he has agreed to a tentative trial date of December the 1st. Adrian Peterson remains on paid leave from the Minnesota Vikings.
Americans who collect Social Security will be getting a raise next year. The federal government said this morning that seniors can expect a 1.7 increase in their monthly payments next year. It's about $20 a month for the typical Social Security recipient. Last year's Social Security raise was 1.5%. Year before that was 1.7%.